Hi guys, and welcome to the channel. Welcome to today's reading on what do they think of you. So we're just curious at this point. We just want to know, right? So we're gonna have four piles to choose from. For group one, we have Pyrite and Polar Bear, Nurture. Allow any anxieties and worries to be gently released and offered up to be healed. For group two, we have this Blue Lace Agate and Raven, Wise Woman, a change is coming. For group three, this Golden Healer Quartz and Snake, Kundalini Rising. Channel your creative passion and sensuality. Welcome the transformation. And lastly, for group four, we have this Cheetah Agate and Giraffe, the bigger picture. Take a step back and gather your thoughts and feelings. So those are your four groups to select from. Go ahead and take some time to select your pal using your intuition. I will post the timestamps in the description. I'll see you in your reading. Okay, group one, those of you who picked this Pyrite and this King of Cups, or actually, you picked the Polar Bear, Nurture. This is your reading on what they think of you. So whoever it is that's in your mind that you are thinking about, this is what they are thinking about you. So they think that you are a very gentle and strong person in the area of love. Um, that's what I'm getting with the strength card, right? Someone who's very gentle, but it's like a strength, right? It's like a quiet strength, a gentle strength, very loving, to a point that it's like you can almost have other people sort of bend to your will in a way. When people, I just heard The Power of Love. Like, that's a very old Celine Dion song. But there's something about you that's very powerful, and it has to do with how loving you are and how gentle you are. And what that really does and what effect that has on people is very strong and powerful. It's like a very maternal, not even maternal, it's like a grandmother type of energy, you know? You can do no wrong with grandma, and I'm seeing this woman here stand out, and it's like, and I mean I'm seeing it in the sense of just having the wisdom and being very wise, um as well, right? Here we have success. I know that there is no greater goal than to love. Um and I'm getting a very spiritual energy too from this King of Cups. It's someone who's very compassionate and loving and understanding and spiritual, and is very advanced in the way that they think, in terms of their wisdom. Like, I'm thinking of these leaders or these people who have had these philosophies, like Gandhi or like Nelson Mandela, or who talk about love, who talk about forgiveness, who talk about these higher ideas, um, or even like Martin Luther King, like, um, who are able to forgive others who have done wrong to them, or just really embraced and understood like the power of what love and forgiveness and all these types of things. Or even Jesus would be an example of this. Like, these are, and this great mystery, I think it's very mysterious to some people, how somebody could be like this, or think like this, or believe in love like this, or not even believe in it, but also, be an example of it, right? Um, Polar Bear. Allow any anxieties and worries to be gently released and offered up to be healed. And so I think a lot of people do come to you, for your loving and nurturing energy, because it has a really healing effect on them, right? Here we have Temperance in reverse. It says guidance, healing, moderation, balance. Yeah, so I think maybe people come to you um, for guidance, for healing, And I think it just has to do with the energy that you put out and the things that you say, the way that you are able to, because when I think of wisdom, I think of balance. Like I'm looking here at this tree of life that is on this 10 of Pentacles, and, this middle path, and, this being mercy, this being severity on the Kabbalah tree of life, and this being the middle. And there's something too about trust. Okay, it says trust the timing. Trust the wave you came in on. Time is not running out. And great mystery. There's something about that, about timing, about God, about mystery. When I look at this great mystery card, I'm seeing the northern lights that are on it. And it's reminding me because recently it's been really at the forefront of my mind because me and my partner have talked about driving from Western Canada back to Ontario on a trip. And one of the things we wanted to do was stop to see the northern lights. But they only show certain times of the year on clear skies. So there's something very much about timing of it all. And I think, you know, what this person thinks of you too is like there's something about your timing. Um, it's almost like, when somebody calls you at the perfect time, or you're feeling pretty shitty, and this person reaches out to you, or this person says something to you and it really stands out, and it's kind of like you're kind of in a funk, and then they say something and it may be even unrelated to what's even going on with you, but it has the effect, or it just does something to you where it feels like it just calms everything down, like, and it just tranquilizes you. I just got with this strength card, and the way that she's hugging this lion, and this lion turns into a little kitten, right, where you're able to like pet it if you wanted to, right, and it almost forgets um its worries, its anxieties, its stresses. Maybe it's hungry and it wants to go out for a meal, but it's content in where it's at. And so there's something also too about forgetting time when they're around you. Um, like time, they realize that time is not running out. Um, or that time stops, or they're not so mindful of the time anymore. Like they're in awe, or there's something, it's not in awe, but it's like they're not focused on time anymore. Like time just goes by, they're like present. And so you have a way of helping people release or let go of some of their worries, their anxieties, their issues, the things that feel like they're pulling them in different directions, or pulling them apart, or putting them at a crossroads, or leaving them feeling indecisive or worried or unsure of what they're supposed to do, and then it gets them in their head and overthinking. And so, yeah, like I get that you have like this strength, this very strong strength, and resilience, I would say, about you. And, with Iron Man, like being a protector. I see you as being a protector. And when I was pulling and I was shuffling these Marvel cards, I was thinking of um, Guardians of the Galaxy. I just saw that movie as well, and it made me think of. And then right after, I picked this card from the Starseed Oracle. So I'm tying like the Starseed energy with this Guardian of the Galaxy type of energy, with this grandmother energy, and then something like supernaturally wise, and able to sort of stop people in their tracks and pull them out of whatever funk or difficulty, or like mind fuck, I want to say sometimes, that they're in. And it's very a nurturing, very nurturing quality. Like I'm seeing here with the polar bears and feeling this sense of winter and coldness. And what I mean by that, I'm referring to a season of, in people's lives, right, where they're going through difficulty. And I feel like, I don't know, the way I see these dogs looking at this woman, it's like I just see people kind of looking up to you, like looking up to you, or not even just looking up to you, but you having a place, that they know. It's like, come to my bosom, Like, have you ever seen those women with the really big boobs? And then they just like bring you in and they put your head on their bosoms, and then they just sort of, gently hold you there, and it feels so nice and so good. Um, yeah, like that's the sort of energy. So they see you as this person. Um, you know, I'm getting something here too with these last two pentacles, the 9 and the 10. Um, I don't know what this means, but usually, like on the tree of life, it's kind of like, this is manifestation, right? Like, this is the earth. This is sort of like the Godhead, or where the initial, and this is like the earth, like how things manifest. They go through this cycle or this process if things are being downloaded from above, and as above so below, so like how they're brought down into the earthly realm. And so I don't know, there's something with this that I'm not fully understanding, and I think there's something mysterious, um, with how you are in the world, right? Because even when I look at the success card, it's like I know there is no greater goal than to love, and that's put out as success. And a lot of people don't necessarily measure success by their capacity to love and how they've loved and things like that. People will measure success in, using more materialistic or other means, like how much money they have, like, what sort of properties or assets they have. Um, Whereas I feel like your version of success has more to do with who you are as a person and your spiritual side, and things that are more abstract. Um, and Yeah, things that are more abstract. Yeah. So that's what this individual thinks of you, is that you have like a very strong capacity to love, and that you're a protector, and you have this very grandmotherly, nurturing, loving energy, that when they get around you, um, I guess their sense of time, it's like I just got a sigh right here, like a like they're not so uptight and wound up, and they're not so focused on time and time running out. And it's like they can finally breathe more comfortably, and there's something healing about you. So yeah, so that's what they think of you. Group one, that is your reading. If you liked it, please please leave a comment, share this video, subscribe if you'd like to see more videos. Take care, guys. Bye. Okay, hi, group two. Those of you who picked this blue lace agate and Raven, wise woman, a change is coming. This is your reading on what do they think of you. So whoever it is that you are asking about, thinks that you are very wise. Wise in a very spiritual way, right? We have the triple moon symbol up here. We have Sophia, divine plan, wisdom, intelligence within destiny. Starseed right here, liberation, and the Empress in reverse. So yeah, so like, okay, so let's talk about it. So with the Raven, it's very symbolic of, like death and rebirth and things like that, and also, having a connection to, like the mystery, the unknown. Even when I was shuffling, I thought of, That's So Raven, the TV show with Raven Simone back in the day. And, she was a psychic in that show. So, they see you as a psychic, or they see you as somebody, and because one of the decks I was actually gonna use to shuffle for this, I didn't end up doing it because I guess whatever happened happened. But it was a shaman deck, and so it's like that type of energy of somebody who has contact with some higher, deeper, spiritual, psychic, um, those sort of things. Even with this blue lace agate, I'm getting such a calm and peaceful feeling, one that is peaceful, meditative. Um, and so that comes with being psychic or being in touch with these more subtle energies that because these aren't loud things like these are, you have to be sort of quiet to tap into them. And so that's what I'm picking up from you, and even right now, like, I feel like whispering. So I think I'm picking that up from how they perceive you. Sophia, divine plan, wisdom, intelligence within, destiny. I think this one goes um, kind of is pretty self explanatory. Along with starseed, I'm sure many of you guys know what a starseed is. So, someone who, it's like wise woman, Sophia, who is, I think it's someone mentioned in the Bible. I don't know if it's a figure. I'm not even sure exactly. I know I've seen this name. I don't think she's a goddess, but she does represent wisdom, feminine wisdom, um, and star seeds. Very intuitive, very otherworldly in the sense that they're able to communicate with other realms. Um, I would say other beings. You see him as somebody who's looking out the window and contemplating. So someone who contemplates a lot and is very peaceful. Like, that's what I'm getting with this peaceful resolution, is like someone who's really highly peaceful, meditative, wise. And not only that, like, somebody else could look at you, and this person does look at you and see you as somebody who takes risks. And I think the reason, because here we have cozy up with risk, the edge of evolution feels messy, and what do you really want? And liberation, the doubts and fears still come up. You don't believe anymore that they're you. So what I'm getting from this part is that they see you as somebody who takes risks. And I think for you, you may not perceive it as you're taking a risk. I think it's because your intuition is so strong and your connection is so strong, and that you're just following orders, or you're just doing as you're told, or that you are following your intuition or something like that. And really where the spot is. Like, with this, what do you really want? I just heard X marks the spot. And it's like you are so aware of what that spot is, and that you sort of go for it, or when it's not the spot. And even though it can get messy and things can get out of order, it's like you're still able to find peace in it, and you're still able to relax, where people would be kind of, I just heard like sweating it or like shitting themselves. You're able to keep your composure in those times. And with this liberation thing and this dragonfly, I'm getting that, the doubts and fears still come up. You just don't believe that it's you anymore. And I'm getting that as like, you do obviously feel fear and doubt, and sometimes maybe you question the information that you're receiving, but it doesn't prevent you from taking the steps, right? Or doing the things that others would be afraid to do, because it looks like, no, I'm taking a risk. It doesn't make sense. It's illogical to the mind. And I think that's what it means. It's like our brains, like, as humans, are designed to protect us, right? So we're going to be able to see that something, it's like, say you're quitting a job and you don't have another job lined up, but like, obviously there's going to be a part of you that knows that you're taking a risk, um, even though, intuitively or subconsciously, you can be guided, and that you have to quit, and that something else is, like, it's like you're being told that something else will come up, and you go ahead and you take that risk, you know what I mean? um because you realize, like, no, that's just my brain, you know um letting me know that there's no like reality support. Like, okay, what am I trying to say? Your brain is letting you know that the reality looks pretty grim, in the 3D, pretty much. But and you're aware that that's what's happening, or if you're starting something new, or if you're doing something different and it doesn't feel good, you know that no, I've been guided to do this. It's not feeling good because this is new, or I'm breaking a pattern, it doesn't feel good because I'm depriving myself of something that I'm used to having that has nothing to do with the fact that I'm being guided and led to do this kind of thing, right? And so there's also a very loving energy with you too, right? Like empathetic, loving, grandmotherly. I keep getting this grandmother energy even in the first pile, and I'm getting it with this one with the Empress and her being pregnant. And also with this star seed and someone who's very empathetic. And Sophia of wisdom, I'm just feeling like this older woman who has so much wisdom and love and so much experience, or it's like she's been here since the beginning of time. Like I'm just getting that, and like she's been here since the inception of the earth or something like that. I'm just getting someone who's been here for a long, long time with this wise woman, or someone who's had many incarnations, someone who has that type of wisdom in their stored in their Akashic records. I don't know, something that you're able to draw upon. And so that's why you're able to get close to the fire. Like, look at this. Actually, I just noticed this right here. There's an X here too, right? There's two X's. And your spot, and before I said X marks the spot, right? And so your spot, your X, um, is like so close to the fire, Um, and it's risky, but I don't know. I don't know. Like this is how they view you, and you're so cool, calm, collected in this. And people are probably wondering like, shit, like how does she do it? Peaceful resolution, and things always turn out well, and it's like so easy and peaceful. It's just reminding me. Oh my god. Um Whatever. I'm just going to give this example. I recently left um well, maybe I won't give the example. I'm not going to give the example. I'm just going to leave it alone. But I'm just going to say that things always resolve in a very peaceful manner for you. And it's almost like there's something looking out for you. And people start to think that as well. Because you could be, it's like a mystery. Like I'm seeing this woman here with this Rubik's cube, and they're trying to figure out how to plan and orchestrate things. And I feel like with you, you get close to the fire, close to the edge. Things can look like they're on the brink of catastrophe, or that you're making decisions that aren't quite um, sound, and you're ending things with this raven. I'm getting this like death card, or this death, like you end things in order for them to be redone or reborn or to be recreated. Like you know how to end something, you know how to walk away from something, you know how to continuously evolve. And that's because you're able to walk away, and you know when to throw in the towel, and you're not afraid of change and the unknown and things like that. Let's see what this says. Health. I will honor the physical vessel that enshrines my soul. And so this ties into what we're talking about here. The doubts and fears still come up. You just don't believe that they're you anymore. I feel like you take care of your physical body as well. You see it with the Empress here. You take it as a vessel. You take your body as a vessel, because that's literally what it is. I could see you as someone who um, wants to eat healthy, does eat healthy, eats a certain diet, and diet isn't like something standard. um I know that a lot of star seeds, or people who are more tapped into like the higher, not all, I'm not saying all, but they tend to eat a lot of plant-based type foods, raw, um things like that, because like that lightness makes it easier to receive like higher level messages, right? Yeah, yeah. So that's how this is how they see you, as someone whose life is, I don't want to say the word messy, because here it says messy, but it's not, linear, okay? It's not a linear sort of life. It's not like the standard American diet. I feel like there's things about you that are very, very unique. The ways that you go about stuff is unique. And but it's like so wise. I mean, I think if people were just to look at you on the outside, they wouldn't be able to make sense. But once you start explaining yourself, it's like that person who looks a little bit off. I'm not saying that you look off, but who looks a bit off and it just doesn't make any sense. But then once they get to explaining it, it's like, wow, that actually makes a lot of sense. Like I'm seeing right now a picture of like Albert Einstein with, he kind of had the crazy hair a little bit, and how his fourth grade teacher thought he was mentally slow, or he was not at the level, or he was slower than the other kids, when it just turned out that he was um, maybe disinterested or just somewhere else, completely somewhere else, and way far more advanced, or tapped into a different realm than what they were talking about and what was relevant to them, right? So yeah, so this is how this person sees you, as somebody very unique and somebody who's very present. I'm getting that with this dragonfly as well, and just higher vibrational with this hummingbird, and that always finds like a very peaceful and calm solution, or things just sort out for them and for you in that way. And I said for them, I think they like being around you. I think they like being around you. Um, they do like being around you. You have such a calming energy. Like, I love it. Something mysterious, very mysterious about you. I could see some of you guys being a little bit quiet, on the more quiet side. But again, like I said, once you get to talking, um, it's like this whole expansive, I don't know, it's like you can expand someone's mind, um, just by you speaking to them or having a cup of coffee with them, or just sharing your thoughts. I just heard that saying, like a penny for your thoughts. Um, yeah, yeah. So that's your reading group two. I hope you liked it. If you did, please leave a like, comment, share this video if you'd like, subscribe to see more. I love you guys. Take care. Bye. Okay, hi group three. Those of you who picked this golden healer quartz and snake kundalini rising, this is your reading on what do they think of you. So this person, I feel like this person, I'm seeing heard right here. I feel like this person's heard things about you, that either they've heard things about you, or yeah, they've heard things about you that make them know that you're a person that people respect, right? Like, I just heard like you have some respect on your name, and I could see it in this Hierophant card, who is being crowned. Like I'm thinking of back in the days of, kingdoms and things like that. Like kings would say, or like the monarchies, the kingdoms, like they would say that they have like a divine right to rule. Like it's something that God chose for them to be, the ruler over the masses. So random that came up, but I see this as, you are somebody who, like, God has picked to, not have rulership over others, but to be like a mentor or a leader, or someone who can, an advisor, that may be a better word, because even with this golden healer quartz, like this stone is really good for, healers, like people in, like, I could see it, someone is like a therapist, or somebody who works in that capacity, who deals with people who've had different difficult scenarios or situations, and now they're imparting their wisdom, but like they will absorb the energy of those people. And so like this stone helps with that, and has people coming to them. Like I see you as somebody who, either you have not been crowned yet, and this is like the word on the street is that you've been through a lot of shit, or that you're shedding your skin with this snake, right? Because here we have Tatuba, with feeling safe. And I know I think she was a slave, but I know she was one of the first people to be accused of being a witch, in the Salem witch trials. And so I'm feeling this feeling of like you were a person who, maybe you didn't feel safe for like a very, very long time. Um, like this is something in the past. I'm getting is like someone who didn't feel safe, like with this number four, like in the physical world, like maybe growing up, maybe you've had, I don't know, situations, incidents that have left you feeling very unsafe. And it was something, um, I'm seeing this book and the number four. And I feel like you've had to jump through hoops. You've had to jump through hoops in life. And I feel like now it's like now you've like established yourself. Um, you've transformed, you've shed your skin of the past, you've had this rebirth or this transformation, or you're in the process of it, wherever you are on this path, when you hear this. But it's like it's something that other people kind of respect or see that you've walked away from something, and that now you're like, I don't want to say an authority to speak on it, but you have a right to speak on it, um, because it's like you've earned your stripes. I just heard, you have the battle scars to prove it. You have the wounds to prove it. Your stories are the stories that other people can hear and resonate with, who are in that situation that you can speak of. And I think that's what I mean as you have a divine right to be a mentor or to be someone. I'm getting like the energy of somebody who has beaten addiction, like say something like Alcoholics Anonymous, or those type of groups where you have somebody mentor you, and that person qualifies to mentor you on the basis that they've once been like in your situation and they've found a way out, and now um they're here to help you. And there's like, and I see tenderness, love, compassion, the giraffe. um I feel like they see you, this person, like what they think of you is like, I don't know, I feel like they really look at the big picture of your life and who you are, like, you know um like it's not just that, like with this giraffe, it's like I'm getting this, having a really high vantage point, like being able to see the big picture. I feel like they see you they see you in that way, but then they see how you're able to look at things from like a higher perspective, in the sense that like you don't judge people on the details. Like, what I mean by that is, if somebody does something, I think you're very quick to have compassion because you make an effort to try to understand it. Here we have compassion literally written right here. We have trustworthy, compassionate, respected, cultured. Open your heart and mind to those around you. Trustworthy and heartfelt advice, charity work. So, yeah, like I just see you as being someone who's like a therapist, or like an advisor, someone who's been there, done that, someone who speaks up on certain subjects and things, or have walked away from really painful situations, or have had a past where they haven't felt safe. I'm literally in the physical world, or maybe have had like an abusive father, or like whatever it is, but have had healed. And like I'm getting the amethyst too, which is a stone of recovery. Like you've recovered from something, and I think that they really see you as someone who's earned their stripes, like I said. And has matured, like, I don't know, has matured, like, I think I don't know how long you've known this person for, but I feel like they've seen a progression in you. Um, like, with the snake and the kundalini, I'm feeling like, a snake sheds its skin many times in its life. And I feel like that's part of the message here too, is that you shed your skin as many times as you need to. You don't have a limit to it. And, it sounds so weird to say that, but I mean it in the sense that you're willing to do what it takes. Like, you're willing to go the distance. You're willing to continually, like, reinvent and shed your skin. Um, May your brave call be carried on the wind. I really feel, oh, I just had such a good feeling in my heart. Like, they think you have such a good heart. Like, honestly, like, I almost feel like brought to tears. They think you have a really good heart. Like, I don't know if they've heard some of the stories. Like, I just heard, like, maybe they've heard some of the stories. Um, and I think they're so, like, in awe of, like, the type of person that you are today, based on, like, your past and the things that, made you not feel so safe, growing up or in your life, or the things that you've experienced. And I think, and just like, it really is almost bringing a tear to my eye, because I think that they really, really respect you. Like, they see you as somebody who's been through it. And let's see what this says. Love, divine source is the idea that no person, place, or thing is your salvation, only love itself. Yeah, and I think that's like ties into the time to go and the shedding your skin over and over and over. And I feel like they just see you as someone who's willing to do whatever it takes. Um, and I feel like you also want other people's voices to be heard. They see you as someone who wants to give other people a voice. You want them to, when I say give them a voice, like, you want to empower other people to do the same thing that you've done. And you want their voices to be heard. You want them to be empowered. You want them to speak up. You want them to share their story, so that other people can be inspired, so that they can share their strength, their hope, um, because it's safe for them, you know, it's safe for them to do it. And it's like, you want to impart that safety so that they can recover too. Um, yeah, yeah, like, there's something, oh, like, they think that you're so connected, and that you've been crowned, like, you've really been given the crown, or the stamp of approval to do this work. And I think sometimes they wonder how you do it, how you're able to absorb the energies of others that you may have come in contact with. Like, I don't know, I see you as someone who helps. Like, I don't know what you do, if this is something you do for a living, or something that you do, on the internet, or what it is that you do. But or something that you will do. I just got this feeling of some of them want you to share your story. They want you to feel safe to put your story out, so you can be heard, because there's so many people that are going to look to you, and absolutely love your perspective and who you are too, you know? So yeah, so that's what I'm getting for you guys. This is what they think of you. Um, yeah, yeah. It's very powerful, but subtle, and gentle, and loving, um, and incredible. It's like so many things all in one. Um, but it's this energy of somebody who is constantly shedding their skin. It's a beautiful thing. So that is your reading, group two. I just said group two. This is group three. If you feel inclined to check out group two, then go ahead, because I did just mention it. If you liked the video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, share the video if you'd like. And I will see you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye. Hi, group four. Those of you who picked this Cheetah Agate, this is your reading on what do they think of you. Okay, so this person that you're asking about, they think that you are um, someone who is very, very sensitive, right? That's what I'm getting with this Page of Cups. Someone who's very sensitive, someone who's very intuitive and in touch with, like, you know, um, within touch with, like, more subtle energies. Like, you see this high priest of Atlantis, right? And he's holding these crystals, and someone who's just very in touch with the energies that are around them. So pretty much an empath, right? So they see you as someone who's very empathetic. Like, these two cards came out of the empath oracle, and I mean, there's two of them, and there's only one of each other deck, and so it just really stands out that they see you as somebody who's an empath and someone who has, you know, sensitivities to energies, right? And as a result of that, I think, and it's not just sensitive to energies, I think it almost borderline makes you a little bit psychic as well. Because, you know, with energies, it's like you're picking up on stuff of the past and of the future as well. And I could see that, you know, that could potentially drain you quite a bit. Here it says prioritize self love and care. When do you feel most nurtured and cared for? I think they see you as somebody who tends to people a lot. People that you see that are in need, who are suffering, who are struggling. You always sort of like lend a helping hand sort of thing. And I think they also believe that you're someone who is very practical in the help that you provide others. And so you need time for yourself to take care of yourself and to prioritize self care for the most part. Here we have future in reverse. Um, I feel I feel like they see when you get stuck. Here we have stuck, right? Um, I don't know. I'm getting this feeling of like an empath when they're in the overload state. When you're sort of overloaded with maybe the energy of others, and it's really weighing down on you. And I could see maybe it's not just your own baggage that you're carrying. You start to carry other people's baggage, and it starts to, and I'm starting to move my fingers like this, and I'm thinking of the energy centers and the chakras actually, because that's how they move. And so I think sometimes they see you struggling with being stuck, um, with like just being overloaded and overwhelmed with other people's stuff, because you are there for them in such a practical sense. Um, and so it's like, I don't know, I just feel this thing of, they see how you can get stuck, and they see the bigger picture of like not just who you are, but the ways in which you get stuck, the ways that you get overloaded and overwhelmed with things. They see how compassionate you are and how much you care for others, but also have to sort of take time. Like there's like I'm getting this conflict, this conflicting energy, you know, where it's like then you have to take time out for yourself to heal your own self, your own energy field, your own chakras, that you know where your energy, your ener. I was gonna say it's like the Energizer Bunny. Your energy centers get stuck. It's almost like I see something where it's like you're on the go, and then you get stuck, and then you're on the go and get stuck, sort of feeling, you know. Um, so yeah, so that's what they think of you. They think of you as someone who's very compassionate, someone that tends to others' thoughts, others' feelings, others' worries. You just bring a lot of like water energy. I'm getting water energy, healing energy, to other people, and you help them apply things. And people, you know, you seem like a very practical person as well. Like, you know, that's what I'm getting with full moon in Taurus. I think you help people out in very practical ways. Even though it's practical, but it just gives a sense of like, it's, you know, of like this water feeling of just sensitive and emotional um, feeling. Um, Yeah, and maybe there's like an introverted aspect to you. I'm not saying that you're an introvert necessarily, like maybe you're an extrovert, but there's a part of you that has to withdraw and fall back. Like, um, I said fall back, but fall back so you can like fill your cup. Um, Take a step back and gather your thoughts and feelings, right? And so that you can become more vibrant again. Like that's what I'm seeing with this Page of Wands. See her kind of dancing, and you know, I could just see you needing time to recharge yourself, and your chakras, in order to feel vibrant again and to not get so stuck. Because I feel like when you do get stuck, you get into this place of, that is just like unlike you, right? Where you're not able to really think straight, you're not able to come up with those like helpful, good ideas, that you have for others or for yourself, or like, it's just like you're blocked, and it's almost like you have to take time out for yourself. So then that way, because then I feel like they see you as someone that could get caught up in anxiety and worry about the future, but that's only because you need to take time out for yourself, because there's some parts of you that get blocked if you spend too much time sort of caretaking other people, and not sort of like taking time to decharge. It's like decharging yourself from other people's ish for the most part, and just like dust, because I'm seeing someone just like, when someone gets home after a hard day's work, like someone who works in the field, or someone who works in construction, or a man who works in one of those industries, and they're kind of dirty when they get home, and the first thing they do is take off their shoes and all their clothes and strip down and hop in the shower and just rinse off their day, wash off their day before they get comfortable. Like I see it as they view you as that sort of person, and if you don't take that time for yourself, you are going to struggle. You're going to struggle. Yeah. So yeah, but it's is what it is, and they see that as just the core of who you are, because I'm seeing with this giraffe and this cheetah, like I'm seeing it's like, like a cat by any other stripes, or something about like those are your stripes, like I don't know, but something about like that's who you are, oh, what's that? Yeah, a lion or a cheetah never changes, or a tiger never changes his stripes. Yeah, so like you will always be an empath. You will always be that person who's sensitive to other people. Like that, those are your stripes, and that can't be changed. But they see that what is changing in you is, maybe, over time, learning how to have that compassion towards yourself and having self love. So then that way you don't get too stuck, um, on getting your powers and your energy centers being stuck. So that's how they view you. It's definitely something they admire, though. This is definitely not a bad thing. If for some of you guys it sounded a little bit negative, it's not negative. I think they're just like observing you, like they're sort of interested and fascinated about, how you roll. I just heard, and the way that you are, and the way that you've helped people change. Like I feel like they think that, you make people happier. Like I have this bottle of vitamin D that's, somewhere close by me, and I just keep looking at it, and like it's like they're drops of vitamin D, and it's supposed to, it's kind of like having, the sun in drops, right? So it's just almost like I think they see you as someone that makes other people happy. Um, you know, yeah, yeah, definitely someone who makes other people happy. So yeah, so that's your reading group 4. If you liked it, please leave a like, comment, subscribe to see more videos. I will see you guys soon. Take care.